What's up, y'all? It's your boy, it's Ty. How you doing? So check this out. I made this channel. I have another channel. It's called Ty's World TV. The link will be in the description down below. Over there I talk about anime, manga, do reviews, reactions, stuff like that. Here I want to talk about comic book stuff because I love comic books. I grew up on those as a kid. Especially with Batman, which coincidentally is what we're going to be talking about now, because I'm going to give my non-spoiler review of the Batman. So before I do that, just want to say real quick, please smash on that like button if you like the video. Please smash on that subscribe button as well. That'll definitely help out my channel as I'm trying to grow this one as well. And I can't do that without you guys, so that would really be great. And smash on that notification bell as well. And comment down below, too. Let me know what you guys think. Alright, so let's get into the Batman. Non-spoiler review. So I'm gonna do what I didn't like first versus what I liked. So real quick, the Alfred and Bruce dynamic is different from what you've seen in other iterations. May it be the TV show and the comics, okay? It's not the same, relationship. They're not as close as you might think they might be, to be honest. And honestly, again, non spoiler, Alfred's not in a lot of the movie, which surprised me. But that might be because of how they made Bruce the way they did. I'm gonna get to that a little bit later. And I wish we had more details on his suit and how Bruce built his suit, or how that came about, because his suit was like on God mode OP. Like, this shit was eating bullets like crazy, and taking damage and all of this other stuff, and he seemingly just walks away from it for the most part. So I just wish we would have got more background on his suit. And the movie does feel a little bit long. I'm not even gonna hold you. But it didn't take away from the story itself. Like, it felt long to me until it got to where you apprehend Riddler. And it's not a spoiler because that was in the trailers. Let's get to the stuff that I like. I'm not gonna hold y'all. This whole movie as a whole reminded me a lot of Batman the Animated Series. And that's a very high claim because no other Batman movie that we've seen in the past made me feel that way. This movie made me feel like it was part animated series, OG Batman animated series, and part comic book, Especially when you get Bruce to monologue. Like, that's so cool. Like, we've never gotten that before, really. I don't think that we have. So that's really dope to see. Yo, the acting was phenomenal. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Like, Zoe Kravitz really did her shit. And she is really becoming like a good actress. Or she's been a good actress, because she did her thing here. She was like one of the best Catwomen I've seen in live action, honestly. Colin Farrell as the Penguin, I didn't even realize that was him at certain times. Like, you can kind of see it in the face, but he just disappears in that role. Like, I just be forgetting that's Colin Farrell right there, So his shit was dope too, man. Gordon was cool too. He's a little bit more somber, I guess, or a little bit more burnt out than we usually see Gordon, but Jeffrey Wright really did a good job. Andy Serkis as Alfred, it's cool. He didn't really bring anything different to the role, honestly. But, I mean, he did an okay job. Falcone did his thing, too. John Turturro, the legend, he did his thing, too. I really liked him as the Salvatore Maroni, or as the Ronin. You know what I'm saying? So he really did a good job. And he had a lot more scenes than I thought he was going to have. So that was great. And now the Coupe de Resistance, Batman, Pattinson. How was he? I'm not gonna hold you guys. He really did a great job. I really like the fact that Pattinson really made the Batman his own. He wasn't anything like Affleck. He wasn't like Keaton. He wasn't like Kilmer or Clooney or Bale. He was his own Batman. And I love that. Like, he didn't try to like oversell it. He didn't feel uncomfortable. The only time I really seen him uncomfortable, Pattinson, was when he was Bruce Wayne. And I think that was the beauty of his character or what he was doing, because everybody was saying that Bruce is emo in this movie. And yes, he is, but I think it's more than that. I think it's Bruce trying to be Bruce Wayne a little. Like, he doesn't know how to be Bruce Wayne. He knows how to be Batman. That's who he is. He's not really Bruce Wayne like that. And that's kind of talked about throughout the movie. So I really like that aspect of it. And I think that's going to be like a narrative for Bruce's story throughout the trilogy, which I'm sure we will begin the trilogy. Because certain things happen at the end. I can't tell you, but just watch the movie. You know what I'm talking about. And I really like Matt Reeves' Batman in general. Like, he was more mythical than Affleck's was. Like, this dude, like, even in the beginning, you see, like, people are afraid of him, and you see why. Like, you got a couple that aren't. You got a couple that'll try to shoot their shot, and they do. But then you got some that are, like, terrified of this dude. Like, as soon as they see the sign, the signal in the sky, a couple of them keep running. And I really can't get over the detective aspect of it, which went along with the story. And I can see why it was 3 hours, because there were so many plot points in the movie that all converge very well at the end. And that's very hard to do in a movie. And that's why this movie had to be 3 hours. So I see that. And the story was great. The story was awesome. Like, when you see it, they took a lot out of The Long Halloween, more than I thought they were. So if you're a big fan of that comic, and I think they took inspiration from Batman Ego, The Long Halloween, and I forgot the other one. But you can definitely see that in this movie. So you're going to be in for a treat, especially for a Batman fan. Yo, and the action was good. Action was really good. I'm not even going to hold y'all. So if y'all was worried about the action, don't worry about it. What you saw in the trailer is what you saw here. And there's more of it too. Yo, it was crazy. And the fact that Batman is so vicious here, I love that shit. Man, he was pounding everybody. This dude was a menace, bro. Menace. Oh, and his suit, I love his suit. I loved his suit when we first saw the revealing of it, like, what, 2 years ago, when we first got an announcement of the Batman, and you saw him in the costume and shit with the red and black silhouette. Like, then, yo, that was dope. That was really, really dope. I really love his suit. I love how, and this is a complaint from a lot of people. They sit there and say that it's not, you know, it's not it looks ugly. It don't look like a Batman suit to me. You know, like perfect. And I think that's the point. It's not supposed to be perfect. It fit well with Bruce's character in this movie, because he was not a perfect Batman. He made mistakes, and he learned from them as well, which is what I really liked about this Batman, that he's so young, and he's not like the God Batman. Like, he's making these mistakes, but he's also learning from it too. So I really, really like that part as well. Like I said, I just wish they would have went kind of like how they did in Batman Begins, where you saw where the technology for his suit was coming from, how he made his suit. I kind of wish they kind of explained the background of his suit and why it's able to take so much damage. And that's another thing too. Bruce takes a lot of hits, yo. Takes a lot of hits, a lot of gunshots, and it's like crazy. Because he's not really like he doesn't really do like a lot of hiding like that. Like, he emerges like a creature from the night. Like that, like the boogeyman. He arrives like the boogeyman, really. You know what I'm saying? So he relies more on that more than he does like sneaking around. Which I'm pretty sure we'll get like in the next movie. I like that he was more Batman in this movie than he was Bruce Wayne. There's a lot of that in here. Like, and this is the most Batman I've seen in any movie where he's kept being Batman and less Bruce Wayne. That's what I really liked about the movie. And he kept his mask on, which I like. I like that. Like, it's a pet peeve of mine where you're in a superhero movie and a hero, like Spider-Man for example, that wears his mask, that should wear his mask all the time, does not. And this is a guy that's trying to keep his secret identity. Like, that never made any sense to me. Never. So I like that he stayed as Batman throughout this damn movie. So I like that. Oh, and the Batmobile? This might be one of my favorite Batmobiles, yo. Seriously. Seriously. This might be one of my favorite Batmobiles ever. My favorite one was the Keaton one, right? But this one, it's something about it that's so practical and simple, but really awesome at the time. Because I love muscle cars too, so that, ooh, I love that. I love that damn Bat. Especially that chase with the penguin that you see in the trailer. More awesome than you think it is. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I really liked about the movie. So let's get to the rating real quick. So what I do is I do a rating of 5 out of 5. That's what I do. You know, 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. So for this movie, I'm gonna have to give this a 4.5 out of 5. Damn near a perfect movie. The only reason it's not getting it that 5 out of 5 is because of a little bit of the runtime, just a little bit. But other than that, this is one of the closest perfect Batman movie ever. So if you guys were debating about seeing it because of Robert Pattinson being the Twilight Kid, you don't see that here. He is not the Twilight Kid. This mother sucker is Batman, okay? The Batman. Alright, y'all, so I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope you guys watch it and it gets a lot of likes so I can just keep doing this more and more. Because I definitely want to talk about more comic book stuff, and I definitely want to do more reviews, especially when Doctor Strange come out, because I think that's the next comic book movie to come out. And I also want to do reviews for animated movies as well, from the DC and Marvel landscape too. So I definitely want to do that too. So, like I said, just run up them likes for me. And run up the subscribes for me as well for this video. Okay, y'all. So that was my review. Thank you for watching. Also, I have a podcast. It's called Blerd Lines. All right. The link will be in the description down below as well, along with my other channel, Ty's World TV, where I talk about anime, manga, and all that other stuff. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I love you. Deuces and be safe.